Very good morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all present in the class. I hope I am audible and also visible. Raghavendra, it will be there in the videos. At the end, I will tell you how to see that. Okay. Okay. So last two classes were focusing on using whatever we had already understood, that is fundamentals of the programming language. Okay. And today we are going to start with object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming, fundamentals of Java. The very key feature of Java is a strongly typed object-oriented programming language. Can I say that, guys? Java is strongly typed object-oriented programming language. How many of you would agree with this? All of you present in the class. What is strongly typed? We have already discussed that. Fundamentally, we have discussed this. We'll continue the discussion on this. Now, before I get into today, from this class, we are going to start with respect to OOPS concept. We have discussed some Java fundamentals with respect to variables, data types, operators, conditionals, loops, logic building with pattern programming. These are the things which we have covered in today's class. Even the last two classes, which is on yesterday's class, Monday's class, and the last Friday's class, if you could not attend also, starting 2-3 classes also, if you have attended, you will be in a position to understand today's class. All right. So those who are new, request to watch what we have already covered, and it will be easy for you to continue also. Fine. Now, latest version bar ready. Latest version. Java, I will teach you Java 11 also, Java 17 also. Okay. Java is coming with the backward compatibility. Okay. So even if you learn Java latest version, whatever is there in Java, that will remain same. Okay. It supports backward compatibility. Now, what is strongly type? What is object oriented? Those who are part of our previous classes, they already know it. Fine. Now, let's start the journey, guys. Object oriented. If a programming language is object oriented, can we convert the real world scenario into coding very easily? Yes, no, maybe. Yes, 100% yes, without any doubt in this. Great. Wonderful answers. Let's consider any object, any instance in that matter. In the real world, assume we have a dog object. In the very next class, very second class of this journey, I had discussed every object has something, every object does something. Correct? Has part is managed by the concept of variables and data types. Does concept is managed by something called as method. What is method? How do we write it? Everything we will see to it in today's and tomorrow's class. Not a big deal. Right. Now, if there is a real object in front of you, identify what and all it has. Identify what and all it will do. Based on this, you can convert that into code, is what we have understood, is what we had concluded. So we have a dog object. So I will write a class for this class. This is a keyword. It has a predefined meaning. For an instance, how we have understood already, int has a predefined meaning, right? Right? Double has a predefined meaning. Likewise, class has a predefined meaning. It is a reserved word. So it is starting from small letter C, class, whatever object for which you're writing the code, dog, I will write here dog. I will open this curly bracket. I will close this. First, I will write the has part. Dog has name. Dog has age. Dog has cost. Java is a strongly typed programming language. Writing what type of data? Is it optional or mandatory? Mandatory. I mean, those who are very new for the today, we have discussed about this little bit fundamentals on variables and data types. They could able to answer. Okay. So name is of what type? String type. But what is string? In depth I will discuss. Whenever you have a collection of characters, we go with string. Okay. Age number, it is of int. Cost could be real number also. Sometimes it is of double type. Has part is over. Then comes what and all dog do. What and all activity dog does. Dog bark. I will write bark. Open the bracket. Whatever code is responsible for barking, I will write this code here. Return type void. What is void? Why we may have to write it empty? Why to open? Why to close? All these things today, if not tomorrow's class, we are going to discuss from the scratch to the advanced level, all the methods concept. When to write void, when not to write, what and all we can write here. That with respect to syntax and memory map, what happens behind the scene, we will understand today and tomorrow. Right now, after me telling this, if you still focus on what is void, what is the syntax, then you are a fool. I have already told, I will discuss this syntax. Just to see, activity means like this in a method, we have to write, it seems. One thing about method you understand, if we have some task, example, adding two numbers is a task, is an activity, is a work. Adding two numbers is a work, is a task that you have to write a method. Any activity if you are performing, any task if you are carrying out, any work in your program if you are writing, that work you have to write within the method. How to write method? What is the syntax we have to follow? You will be crystal clear in today's and tomorrow's class. 100% dot you will have an idea. But for now, will you focus on syntax after me telling this much? No. Just the method means some activity. Can I say tick mark, dear friends? Everyone present in the class? Great. Now, guys, this is just a class. Having only class is just a blueprint. It doesn't have any life. Example, you want to construct a home. You'll go to an engineer. Engineer will give you a blueprint of your home. If I go and ask you, go and stay in that blueprint, is it even logical? Does blueprint has any life? Don't you think based on the blueprint, home has to be constructed? Similar to that, based on this blueprint, if I want this activity to execute, I have to call it. Example, there's the bedroom. If you want to go inside the bedroom, you have to construct it first. Then only you can go through the door. So similar to that, I will say here, please create an instance. JVM is a contractor. Please construct a home for me. How to call JVM? I will say new. JVM, please come here. What? Could you please construct an object of which class? Dog class. Why this bracket you are writing? In-depth constructor concept. Very, very important concept, which you'll understand in day after tomorrow's class. Very, very important class. But for now, JVM, construct this home. Okay, I have constructed. Ready. Home is constructed. Inside this, all this will be given. All the variables, memory and all. Then to this, I'm giving a name. Whatever name you want, you can give. You can give your girlfriend name. Whenever I say you can give your girlfriend name, crush name, I'm referring to, it could be anything. It could be anything except reserve word. Example, can I give the name int? Int has a predefined meaning, right? In programming language such as Java, it has some meaning, internal meaning. Can you give that as a name? No. Give it something which is relevant. Maybe I'll give it as D. D is of what type? It is of doc type. Type of the D is doc. Because whenever you create a variable, what type of data you're storing in that variable is specifying, is it compulsory or mandatory, guys? Whenever you create a variable to store something, what type of data you're going to store here? That type is specifying compulsory or mandatory? Mandatory. Now I will say D is a name, right? I will say dot. Dot means go inside. Any programming language, dot means go inside. Go inside this object, call this method. Call this method. The moment you do this, from here, control would go here, and whatever task you write here, no, maybe some 20 lines of code you have written, that 20 lines of codes will be executed. Making sense, everyone? Let me quickly give one quick example, then I will discuss what exactly it is. Today, object creation will not be having any issues here. Let me go back to the coding file. Okay, let's go back here. Oops fundamental. I'll go back to my project of oops fundamental. All right, let me close all of them. Okay, I'll go back here. I will say here a new Java project, object oriented programming. All right, the project is ready. I'll go back here, create a class, the very first class. I'll give here as launch number one example. Launch one is that I'll give you. Okay, I'm launching the program. Main method is a starting point of any Java code. Tick mark to everyone. Yes, dear friends, every one of you. Without any issues. Great. I'm going to create one more class here. I will identify any real world object. For an instance, right now, right now in the board work, I have given dog. Let me identify a real world object. Any real world object, guys. Student, can we identify as a student? Yes. I will say here class student. Class student. Okay, great. Class is ready. I will write has part. What and all student will have? Student has a name. Student will have a age. Student, what and all? Will have ID. Okay. Student will have so many things. Okay. Name is collection of character. What type of data type, my dear friends? What type of data it is? String. Age means integer. ID means integer. Has part over. Anyone has any issue in the has part? What happens in the memory? Everything today and tomorrow continuously you have to attend, guys. Today, tomorrow, if you attend from today forever, oops fundamental will be clear for you. Okay, don't overthink. When I'm telling A for apple, don't think Z for zebra. This is over. Then does part comes into picture. Activity. I will say a void maybe student studying. Okay. Now, why void? Why to write this bracket? Why we have to open and close? This syntax wise, I will tell you today and tomorrow's class. You forget the syntax. Just to see activity means method. Method means like this we have to write. Okay. I will say here system.out.println. Maybe something I'll give. Student is studying. You don't worry about the syntax wise, guys. I will take care of this. Student is studying. Is that clear to everyone? Let's write one more activity, guys. Student is playing. Just see the conversion part. Don't look out because this part, has part, I have discussed with you only fundamentally. I've discussed with you fundamentally with respect to data types. I've not yet discussed what is instance variable, what happens in the memory, what is local variable, behind the scene, what happens. Unless and until I discuss that, I cannot discuss methods. What did I say the very first day, second day? First has part should be fully clear. Then I'll go for does part. So has part, still many things are there to discuss. So only I'm waiting. Then Once I discuss this today, I will discuss more on the methods. Okay. I will maybe just to say here, student is playing. Student is playing. Done. All right, dear friends, everyone. Class is ready. Does it have any life, my dear friends? As far as I have told you. What is the starting point of the program? Main method. I'll go to my main method. I will create the object. New JVM, create an instance. Student. Object is ready. To this object, I want to name whatever you want. You can give. What to give? Let me give ST as a name. Student. Is of what type? Can I write here? Is of integer type? Is it a float type? STS what type? Object is ready. ST dot, I will say, please call this method. Maybe I'll call studying method. Study will be executed. ST dot, I will say, I will call playing method. Playing will be executed. Whatever you call, that will be executed. I will just go and run this program. Right click, run as. See here, student is studying, student is playing. My dear friends, before I talk more, which will get 100% clarity, I just want to iterate few things. Whenever there is a class, creating the object is compulsory. Point 1, tick mark. Yes, sir, Raghavendra, I will come to that syntax. Okay. Whenever there is a class, creating an instance is compulsory. Tick mark. In one case, syntax cannot be written. What is that? I will tell you. It is required, Surendra. It is required. That is what I'm telling you. Please don't overthink, guys. Today and tomorrow, continuously attend. What is your questions? I know, because this is my 48th Java batch. 30,000 students I have trained. I know what is their doubts. Okay. 2016 is a time for the first time I've taught Java. Okay. So now I know what is your doubt. Little bit patience till the end. Whatever I say, understand. Then I will tell you if you have any questions. You will say I have no questions. Okay. Now I have created the class. I have created the object. To create the instance, new keyword, you have to use it. What exactly it is, syntax, constructor, I will tell you. Don't worry. Follow as it is. To this, I have given the name of what type? Student type. Instance. Okay. Second part. Inside one file, always there will be only one class. Right now, I have written two classes. Launch class is there. Student class is there. Two classes I have written inside one file. As a Java developer, is it recommended? Not recommended. But if I write, will there be any problem? No problem. Whenever you have two classes inside one file, wherever main method is there, whatever is the class name of a main method, while saving the program should be saved with this name, not the student name. Wherever main method is there, because it is a starting point. What many of the freshers will do is, they will create this. The problem will be, they will save the class with the student name and they will try to execute the program. When they try to execute the program, they will get the error. Class not found, class not found. Yes, all of you. Right now it is in the same class, Bap Reddy. You will understand the flow of the program by default. Okay. It is a starting point of your application. How much ever classes you want, you can write. But main method must be there to start your application. Right? Bar Reddy. I will just tell you. Have patience till I complete today's and tomorrow's class. Whatever I say, you just understand this. Creation of the class. Anyone has any issues? This is how we create the class. Anyone has any issues? Anyone in the class? How to create an object? Anyone has any issues? Object creation, we also call it as instantiation. Instantiation of a class. Oh. Very tough name. Simple name, object creation. The one who want to act a yo-yo, cool. I will not say object creation. I know something technically, right? I will say instantiation. Wow. It looks cool. No, Soumya, nothing as such. Right now, since main method is the starting point, I'm creating the object here because so that it can execute. Please have patience to understand the control flow. Till I complete the methods class, guys, have patience. Okay. How define? I'm defining no multiple classes, Nikit, already. Don't you think I have one class? But it will start from the main method. Guys, let me complete few programs. Have patience. Whatever I say, please understand this. The moment I say this ends OOPS fundamentals, that time can you ask questions? Humble request to every one of you. Yes, it should be given, Raghavendra. Guys, this is my 48th batch, 30,000 plus people starting from 2016. And no one has one doubt also at the end of the course. I know what is your doubt. Till I complete OOPS fundamentals, the moment I say this ends OOPS fundamentals, that time can you ask these questions because these questions will not be there. Don't get offended because these questions are in my plan of telling you in today's and tomorrow's class. They are already in my plan, whatever you are asking right now. Fine, no? Yes, Divyani, little bit patience. All of you, those who are there in the class, whatever is your questions is in my plan of explaining. Like that is in my plan. I've just started 5 minutes ago. Okay. Nothing, Usama, nothing. Only this class and object. Fine, dear friends. I have created the class object. Object creation is also called as instantiation. For object, student object, student instance, both of them are same. Student object, student instance, both of them are same. Is that clear, guys? Everyone in the class? All of you present? Student instance, student object, object creation, instantiation. Any difference? Object creation, instantiation. Any difference? Fine. No, Sama, no. Guys, and whatever, if you have existing knowledge of Java, delete that, okay? Delete the existing knowledge of Java, then you will be in a position to understand better. Okay, great. All right, guys, if I have a object like this, if I have a class like this, class fan, how to create the object of a fan? New fan. Object is ready, guys. Object is ready. This is only object creation. To this, I'll give a name F of what type? Fan type. This much, if it is clear, can I go ahead? Can I go ahead? If you all may permit me. Tick mark. Done. Let's go ahead. Great. Who is the one who actually executes our applications, guys? Who is the one who actually executes our application? I'm not telling Java. In general, anything is happening in your machine because of processor. If you have watched, those who are new for the today's class, don't directly think I have directly introduced processor or RAM here. No. I have discussed in a detailed way about RAM and processor. Whatever I've discussed, that content, nowhere you'll find because that is my own understanding. And in a unique way, I have explained what is RAM, what is processor in a simplified manner. Please watch that video. Directly, I'll never introduce any concept. Why we have dot also explain. Directly, I will not use anything which I have not explained. Okay. Now, RAM is a directly connected. So RAM is a battlefield for any application, guys. By keeping in RAM only, everything will be executed. By keeping in RAM only, everything will be executed. All of you present in the class. The more is the size of RAM, the faster your application is, faster your device is, because multiple applications it can hold, because RAM is a battlefield for every application. For a Java application on RAM to execute, one region will be given, one area will be given, one area will be allocated for Java application to run. That area, you can call it as a region, you can call it as area, you can call it as environment, you can call it as battlefield. Why? Dedicated to Java application battlefield, to execute Java application. That area technically we call it as Java runtime environment. What we call it as? Java runtime environment. Inside this environment, inside this battlefield, the commander is there who will fight. Who's that name if you ask me? Nothing but Java virtual machine, who will execute your Java program. Who executes your Java program, guys? Who executes your Java program? JVM. Where? What is the location of the battlefield? Where? JRE. JRE is there on the RAM. On the RAM inside the JRE. Correct? So RAM is there inside the JRE. Done, my dear friends, so far? All of you present in the class? Yes? Great, great. Now, how JVM will actually execute? Right now, I will tell you in brief. Same week on Thursday's class. This week only on Thursday or maybe on Friday's class. This week on Friday, I will do the postmortem of the JVM. How exactly everything happens. Before I do the postmortem, let's do a brief surgery today. On JRE, JVM will execute. And JVM, inside JVM itself, it will make some arrangement for the execution of the Java program. Inside JVM, we have something called as runtime data areas. Data areas. What is that class loaded subsystem? I will tell you. You don't worry right now in the JVM postmortem time. Now, guys, first of all, any application executes on the RAM, tick mark. Any application in that matter executes on the RAM by processor. Processor will execute on the RAM, place is RAM, tick mark. For Java, we have something called as JRE. Inside the JRE, the programs executes. Who will execute? JVM. Tick mark. JVM, in order to execute your Java application, JVM, in order to execute your Java application, will make use of many things. Few things will JVM will make use is runtime data areas. Which are those runtime data areas? If you ask me, we have something called as method area. We have something called as a runtime stack area. Runtime stack area. There is something called as heap area. There is something called as native stack. There is something called as PC register. All of this on Friday you will understand. Right now, two areas you need to understand. Which are those two areas? One happens to be the stack area. One happens to be the heap area. Today and tomorrow's class, both classes together, you need to understand this. Stack area, heap area. Tick mark. Stack area, heap area are the part of data areas. That means JVM will use it to keep data. There. My dear friends, I have written one Java program, launch.java. I will tell you PC register, and the Friday's class I will tell you Vijay Raju. I have written one Java program. I will give it to Java compiler. Java compiler will convert into .class file. This is the history we have learned in the day 1 of the class or day 2 of the class. Then this will be given to JVM. So JVM is the one who actually executes our Java program on JRE, inside the JRE. First point, without overthinking, is this part clear to everyone, guys? JVM on JRE will execute Java program. Those who are listening with focus. JVM, in order to execute your Java program, inside JVM, it will make use of many things for Java program execution. Point number 2. It will make use of many things to execute. Is that point clear to everyone? Tick mark. Next point. Among many things, JVM will make use of few important data areas for the Java execution. For the Java execution, and all this talk is happening at the runtime, at the time of execution. Keep in mind, runtime when program is getting executed. That time, JVM will make use of few data areas. Data means what, guys? Information. That means to keep few things. Among few of important data areas, we have something called as stack area. We have something called as heap area. Who will use them, guys? Who will use them? Stack and heap. Who will use? JVM. At the runtime or compile time? At the runtime or compile time? Runtime. Are they part of JVM? Are they part of JVM? Yes. Yes. JVM will make use. Great. So far, so good, guys. So far, so good. Whenever in your Java code, whenever there is a local variable, whenever there is a method, whenever there is anything which is happening, all this execution will happen on the stack area. Memory will be given inside the stack area. Whenever there is an instance variable, whenever there is a static variable, whenever there is a object creation, all of that will happen on the heap area. Fine. What is this in today's and tomorrow's class? In depth, we have to understand about the stack area, about the heap area, about class, instance variable, local variable, object creation, methods. Now, guys, from right now, 7:37 Indian time, our end goal is, before we complete tomorrow's class, everyone us should have 100% clarity on what is class, what is object creation, syntax wise, what happens on the memory behind the scene, what is stack area, what is heap area, what is instance variable, what is local variable, what is method. So these topics we need to have 100% clarity, even if we are zero in programming. End goal, what is our deadline? Tomorrow, last 8:30, we should be having a clarity of all these terms. What is the syntax? How many classes we can create? How many objects for every class we can create? What happens in the memory? Syntax wise also, memory wise also. With respect to development syntax. Can we achieve this, guys? If you all support me, can we achieve this? Yes? Great. Great. Okay. Let's go ahead. I will start this journey. Have patience till I say this ends fundamentals of tomorrow at 8:30. When I say no, this ends fundamentals of OOPS. I'm open for all your questions. Even if it is a silly question, I will answer. Fine, dear friends. Let's go ahead. I will create one variable, dear friends. Integer type of age. I will create here string type of name. They are variables. They are variables. Anyone has any issues? Anyone has any issues? No issues. This is a variable in general, but this can be called as instance variable. Instance variable. This can be called as local variable. Same syntax, everything is same, but I can call this in two different ways. Instance variable, local variable. It is one of the commonly asked interview question for fresher. What is the difference between instance variable and local variable? For fresher. Great. Instance, local. But the same variable, same syntax can be called as instance also. Same thing can be called as local also. How they are different? Difference comes based on where are you writing them for the first time. Same thing I will call instance. Same thing I will call local. How I can call same thing instance and local? Based on for the first time, where have you declared them? Based on the location of declaration, I can call this as instance or I can call this as local. First point, tick mark. Every one of you? Yes, no, maybe? Great. Wonderful. Wonderful. Let me go back to my code. Okay, I will create a new class. This is there. Here only I can explain, but let me create a new class so that we can have idea from the scratch. I'll say here launch2 because coding wise, let's understand. Apart from student, can you identify any real world object, guys, for which we can write a program? Any real world object? Anything, guys, which you can say me? Teacher. Anything is okay. Teacher also we can write laptop, college, Calci, whatever you say. Okay, let me write Calci. Class, calculator. Class, calculator. Okay, I have written it. Okay, guys, every one of you. I will say integer type of number 1. I will say integer type of number 2. After which I will write one method void add. How to write the method? Tomorrow's class, guys. I will tell you the syntax. Forget about it. I will say number 1 equals to 10. Number 2 equals to 20. I will say integer type of result equals to num1 plus number 2. I'll say system.out.println res result. Okay. Some activity is there inside this method. Great. Identify here, dear friends. Identify here. Num1, num2 are variables. First point, clear to everyone? Num1 and number 2 are variables. Whatever name you want, guys, number 1 that is. I mean, it can give any name. Num1 means since num and all is there, don't think something technical there. No, you give your girlfriend number 1, girlfriend number 2, doesn't matter. Okay, I have given num is a variable name. Number, you give full name, not a problem. Okay, now nothing technical there for those who are very newbies. Because I have seen people getting scared of the variable names such as count and temp. The moment I have used temp, people are thinking that something technical is happening in the class. It's just a variable names. If you have issues with such variable names, give your girlfriend names, not a problem. Guys, num1, num2. For the first time is alongside the data type. For the first time, where have you declared? Directly inside the class or inside the method? Directly inside a class or inside the method? Inside a class. People are telling method. Inside the method, I have used num1. But it has specified type of the data, guys. It is initializing. It is using that variable. It is using that variable. It is using that variable. Alongside the data type, for the first time, where did I specify? Where did I specify? Inside a class or inside a method? Inside a class. Correct. We have one more variable called as res. For the first time, alongside the data type, did I specify inside the class or inside the method? This num1, num2 is called as instance variable. Result is called as local variable. Num1, num2 is called as instance variable. Result is called as local variable. Point number one with syntax, difference between instance and local, clear to everyone? Point number one. I am using num1 here. You are using, have you specified data type? For the first time, declaration happened inside the class. Instance, local. Okay, great. I'll go back here. I'll go back here. I will create the object. I will say new. What is the class name, guys? What is the class name? It's Calci. Okay, Calci. That's over. And after which I'll give the name to it. I'll give the name as C of what type? Calci type. Object is ready, guys. Object is ready. After which I'll say here C dot add. Over. All right. Let's understand the same thing with respect to memory. I would like to take this class. I'll go back to my board. Okay. I will take this text. I will add it here. I will go here. I will say add. Let me give a color of white. Okay, dear friends. JVM is the one who will execute point one. I hope everyone tick mark. Guys, I'm putting a lot of efforts. It is spoon feeding. Why? I want you to align, because Java we have to understand with respect to memories. I don't want to teach you syntax Java. Okay. I want to teach you real Java. Inside the JRE, two important areas are there which JVM makes use. Which are those two important areas, guys? One is stack area. One is heap area. I'll assume this is stack area. This is heap area. JVM will start the execution. Understand, for two programs, guys. JVM is the one who will start the execution. JVM will come to main method first. Main method. Method means activity. Something is happening inside the main method also. Guys, focus is the key. Please listen to me. Whenever there is an activity, whether it is a main method or any other method, in order to execute that activity's stack frame will be created on the stack area. In C++, we call it as activation record. In Java, we call it as stack frame. Activation record. Or you can say stack frame. Stack frame of that method will be there on the stack area. Why stack area? And the multi-threading you'll understand. Whatever code is there, that will start to execute. First line you're creating the object. Whenever equal to operator is there, always right side first. On the heap area, object will be created for Calci. Some address will be there. I assume address of this object is 1000. Inside, while creating the object of Calci, JVM will go and check in the Calci class. Are there any instance variable? Right now, tell me, guys, are there any instance variable? Are there any instance variable? Which are those, guys? Which are those instance variable? So inside this object on your heap area, memory will be allocated. num1, num2. Right now, no data is there. Default value will be aligned. Default value means whenever you declare a variable and if you don't add any data, any value, then it will call as default. For default, string is null. Default for double is 0.0. Default for integer is 0. If no data is given, 0 will be added. Right now, at this moment, any data did I add here, guys? So 0 is there, 0 is there. Right hand side part over. Right hand side part over. Left part, C you're declaring. C alongside the type. C alongside its type. For the first time, are you declaring inside the class or inside the method? For the first time, are you declaring inside the class or inside the method? C. C. The type of C, cal C, for the first time, where are you declaring? Inside the method? No. Those are telling class on what basis? Did I write it here? Did I write it here like this? Did I write it here inside the method for the first time? So C, memory will be there inside the main method only, right? On the stack frame of main method. Inside the C, address of the object will be there, which is 1000. In other words, C will start referring to this object. Later, I'm telling C dot add to, from here control go here to execute this. So add method on the stack area will be added. Add method body. First line, you are adding 10 to num1. So on number 1, 10 will be added. Second line, you're adding 20 to number 2. On number 2, 20 will be added. Third line, you're declaring a variable. This res along with the data type. For the first time, are you declaring directly inside the class or inside a class, inside a method? Inside a method. Method. So on your stack area, inside the stack frame of add, res memory will be allocated. Res memory will be allocated. You're adding 10 plus 20, you're giving it. So 30 will come and sit here. And printing will happen. My dear friends, before I talk what happens more, I would like to write few points here on instance variable. Acknowledge if these points are understanding, matching your understanding. If you can acknowledge. Point number 1. Yes, always in the stack, Osama. Point number 1. Instance variables. Instance variables are directly declared inside a class. Inside a class. Tick mark. Point number 2. Instance variable memory is allocated inside heap area within object. Guys, object creation is called as instantiation. Yes or no? Object creation means instantiation. Tick mark. Great. Create an object of a class. Create instance of a class. Are they same or different? Create object of a class. Create instance of a class. Same. With that, can I say instance means object? Yes, no, maybe. If you declare a variable directly inside the class for the first time, if you declare a variable directly inside a class for the first time, memory for them will be given inside an object on heap area. Correct? Inside an object, what is the other name of object? What is the other name of object? What is the other name of object? Instance. So that is the reason we call that as instance variable. That is the reason we call that as instance variable. It is object variable only, right? Instance variable, object variable. Both of them are same. Yes. Great, great, great. Let's move ahead. So far, so good, dear friends. So far, so good. Now understand the part 2 with respect to memories. Part 2 with respect to memories. This execution happened, guys. Last line printed on your console. After printing on your console the result, inside your add method, any more activity is there? Any more activity is there? No. No more activity means the stack frame is deleted. The stack frame will get deleted. Activity is over. This will be vanished. If this will be vanished, what is there inside that? Will that be there? Will that be there? So memory for local variable will be deallocated once activity of the method is over. Can I say this? Memory for local variable is deallocated, gone. Once the activity, local variable is also tick mark. Come back. Sweta, if you write 2 times, focus is the key. I will repeat. If not, I'm not going to repeat. If you write 2 times, focus. If due respect to you, whether you have 20 years of experience, focus is the key. Again, I repeat. In order to execute any method on your stack, that method stack frame will be created. Execution will start. Once full method is over, activity is over. There are no more lines left out. Control will come back. When control leaves it after finishing the activity, whatever stack frame was there, that stack frame is deallocated. If stack frame memory is gone, deleted, what is there inside the stack frame? That is also gone. That means inside this stack frame only, for RES, because for the first time you had declared this, for this local variable memory was there. Since the stack frame is only gone, that local variable memory is also gone. Fine, na? Shweta? Now, guys, go back here. After calling the add method, are there any more lines inside the main method? Are there any more lines inside the main method? Are there any more lines? No more lines. Control will leave this and go back to JVM. When control leaves, main method stack frame is also gone. Main method stack frame is also gone. If main method stack frame is gone, dear friends, what is there inside the main method? Will there be there? That means this reference variable is also gone. Are you there with me, all of you? Now, on your heap area, we have an object referenceless. And in Java, very fortunately, unlike in C++, in Java, there is something called as garbage collector. By default, without your efforts, you need not do something. There is one guy called as garbage collector, whose responsibility is to keep on scanning the heap area and checking, is there any object referenceless? Is there any object referenceless? That means such an object for which no one is referring. Is there any object? Right now, tell me, guys, do we have an object for which no one is referring? Because stack frame of main method is gone. This is also gone. Right now, do we have an object without any reference on your heap area? Garbage collector will immediately collect this object. Memory is deallocated. Memory is deallocated. Tick mark to everyone. Instance variable, acknowledge if this point is matching your understanding. Instance variable, memory is deallocated deallocated by garbage collector. Everything is gone. Data variable is only gone. What you will have here? Your mind is only gone. What is there inside your mind? Will there be there? You are only dead. Do you think what is there inside you? Will there be there? Garbage collector. When object becomes referenceless, referenceless. Tick mark, guys. Everyone present in the class. All of you. I will add few more points here, but let me add for local variable. Local variable are directly declared inside method or a block or a loop within a class. Okay, everyone. Point number 2. Memory is allocated in stack area. Tick mark. Memory is deallocated when stack frame of that method or a block or a loop is deallocated after completing its task. I will take so many examples till the end of tomorrow's class, guys. This is not the first example. This is the start of the example. Everything will understand with memory only. So many classes we will write, so many methods we will write. You will have crystal clear clarity. This is just a start. Okay. Loop as not a one method, Shushan. You cannot consider loop as a method. Okay. But why I have told, I will tell you. Can I go ahead, guys? If these points are clear, can I go ahead? Wonderful answers from all of you. Okay. Now, my dear friends, please see very carefully. I will say for. Okay. It is a loop. Everyone knows, right? This is a loop. I will say system.out.println. Anyone has any issues? I, alongside the data type, for the first time I have declared inside the loop or inside the class. Loop. I is a local variable or instance variable? I is a local or low instance? Local. Great. Wonderful. I is local to this loop. It has power inside the loop only. Outside the loop also, if I use I, which I? Java compiler I, which I? I don't know. Have you declared I? Where is the data type? Where is the data type? It is asking. Hey, I have declared. Then how stack is clearing? You are wrong, Vijay Raju. You are wrong. I will tell you. Let me take one more example. What I have already explained, I will repeat that. Okay. Instead of me repeating in the same example, I will just repeat by taking one more example. Is that fine, Vijay Raju? Because right now, whatever you have told, it's wrong. Guys, all of you. Guys, whenever I'm talking how to travel from Bangalore to Delhi, don't ask me question how to travel from Bangalore to Chennai. I will tell you how to travel from Bangalore to Chennai. Right now, I'm discussing local variable. I part. Okay, na? All of you present in the class, are you all there? Guys, here. So I is local to this loop. Whenever you declare a local variable, can you access that outside its scope? Can you access that outside its scope? The scope of this local is for loop. Can you access outside the scope? We cannot access. Example RES. I will write one more method here. Void subtraction method. I will say here number one. What do you say? Number one minus number two. I will store inside a reference variable called as RES. I will say system.out.println RES. Are we not getting error, guys? What is RES? Are we not getting error on RES? I have declared here, right? But RES alongside the data type for the first time where I have declared. Alongside the data type for the first time where I have declared. Add method. So the scope of RES, it's like gali ka kutta, street dog, has power only within that street. Outside the street, there is no power. So can RES has any scope outside the add method? Limited to this. I will declare it's a new variable inside this RES. Now tell me, guys, for num1, num2, I am using inside the sub. I am using inside the add. Am I able to use inside this class anywhere I want? Anywhere I want? Am I able to use? Are you all there, those who are listening to me? Ritika says no. Osama says no. Others are telling yes. See, guys, for the first time, where did I declare inside the class? Am I using inside the add method also? Am I using num1, num2 inside the sub method also everywhere? Then people are telling no. What is no according to you? They are declared, yeah. They are declared for the first time. Oh, instance variable. No, memory is allocated only once. The 10 and 20 will be used here also. I will tell you how it is working. Okay. I will add one point here, guys. One point I will add. The scope of instance variable can be used anywhere within the class. Local variable, guys. No, Chavan. No, it's not class level. Global. There is something called as static variables. How we have global variables in Java, we don't have global variables concept. Similar concept is static variables. Okay. I will tell you what do you mean by instance. I will tell you how this is happening. Same example I will tell you with respect to memory. Okay. Local variable. What is the scope, guys? The scope of local variables are limited to method, block, or loop where it is declared. Is that clear, guys? Everyone? Next point, is it clear? All of you? No issues? Dear friends, here 10 and 20, when it is given here, no, it is there on the heap area. You can access in one more method. There is no problem. The same 10 and 20 will be used here also. Same 10 and 20 will be used here also. Why? Because you have, when you have added this 10 and 20 inside the add, on your heap area, 10 and 20 is added. If this is gone, heap area is not yet gone. Heap area is gone when the main method is gone. When this part is deleted, then only heap area is gone. If this add is gone, when you have added number 1, number 2 value here, it is there in the heap area. What if you have not called the add method? Then it will not be executed. Number 1, number 2 will not be assigned 10 and 20. RES, there will be no memory map. Okay, now? Okay. Now, my dear friends, next point. Did I give any value, guys? Did I give any value? Did I give any value here? Right now? Default value will be given based on the type of the data. If it is string, the default value is null. If it is double, 0.0. If it is a Boolean, false. If it is an integer, default value is 0. Okay, great. I will go and say here integer type of n. And I'm going to use n, system.out.println n. I'm getting one error. The local variable may not have been initialized. I will give here integer type of O. I will say here system.out.println O. System.out.println O. Did I get any error for O, guys? O also no value I have given. N also no value I have given. O also no value. N also no value. But N I'm getting error, not O. O and N is telling, hey, where is the value initialize? With that note, can I come to one conclusion, guys? Can I come to one more point here? Can I come to one more point? Default value for instance variable will be initialized. Will be initialized. Yes, no. For local variable, will there be any default value, guys? For local variable, will there be any default value? Not 0. People are telling 0. 0 means based on type of data, Osama. Since it is integers, only 0. There is no default value. Default value for local variables. So far, so good, dear friends. Everyone present in the class. All of you. No issues. Correct. Whatever we have understood, for the acknowledgement purpose, I will take one more example. Tomorrow's class, when I discuss the concept of methods, it will be crystal clear. Everything will be crystal clear. Okay now? But to acknowledge local and instance, I will take one more example. You just acknowledge that this is what your understanding is. And tomorrow's class, I will take methods concept. After that, you tell me if you have any silly doubt also in the concept of fundamentals of OOPS. Okay now? That is, it is not given, Daniel. That's the rule of the programming language. There are no default values given to local variable. That's the Java document says. Okay now? You have to initialize that. Okay. Go back. Based on the data type, default values will be assigned for instance variable Dilshad, not for local variable. Will be assigned for instance variable, not for local variable. Is that clear? Launch 3. Let me go here. Yes, exactly. I'll go back here, guys. Any example of some variables we have, guys? Something you please tell me, no? Anything, dear friends? Something. Class employee. Okay, guys. Integer type of ID, string type of name, and am I audible, guys? Am I audible to all? Acknowledge me once. Yes, no, maybe. Thank you, guys. There is a power cut, guys. There is a power cut. Suddenly, though I have a UPS, it is not turning on. There is a power cut, my dear friends. That is the reason. Okay, but still I'm audible. Sudden, there was a power breakout. All right. No problem, guys. Anyway, it is almost the end of the class. The remaining examples I will take out in the tomorrow's class. The part 2 of OOPS fundamentals, guys. Part 2 of OOPS fundamental. Okay. Definitely, I will discuss the T. That's a part of my discussion in the methods part. Okay, T. That's my part of the discussion in the methods concept tomorrow. I will discuss deallocation, allocation once again, guys. This is the start of the end journey, not the end of heap and stack. I will discuss again with 5 more examples. 5 more examples on the memory map will be done, guys. Stack area, heap area. 5 more examples I will take. Is that clear, everyone? 5 more. I will just discuss it. Let me just give you these files and I will take up your questions, guys. Okay. I will say here, OOPS fundamentals, OOPS, object oriented programming, class 1 is the name of the file. And I will share you with all these classes. Okay, now. Let me just share, guys, these files and then I'll take up your questions. Object oriented programming, class 1. Allow me just a minute, guys, before I take up your question. Okay. I'll go right, finishers batch, OOP, source. I will share with all of you. Okay. Tomorrow's class is crucial, guys. If you have attended today's class, tomorrow, if you don't attend, then tomorrow's class for upcoming all the classes is very, very, very crucial. So it is dependent on tomorrow's class is dependent on today's class. So, however, both the classes are very, very crucial. The part 2 of the discussion to get the clarity is more crucial than today's class. Okay, now? Okay. Now I'm open for questions, guys. Anyone has anything to discuss with me? Tomorrow I will play. I thought of playing today. Anyway, there is a power cut. Tomorrow I will play Narayan Ravi. Okay. After the methods concept, I'll discuss because there is a power cut. No, tomorrow I will do it. Is that possible to see JRE JVM heap stack with our neckties? We should just imagine. You should imagine your minds. You can see through by going through the documentation what exactly happens. Okay. How things are executing, you can see in that way. Main method can be declared only in public class. You can declare without declaring the class as public also, Anusha, but that is a starting point. If there are 2 classes, then main method class should be declared public. What exactly public means? In access specifier during the inheritance, I will tell you. Public, protected, default, and private. There are 4 access specifiers. That time I will tell you what is public. Okay. In a package, we can have multiple public classes. No, Anusha. Inside one package, we can have inside one, inside one package, we can have inside one class, we can have multiple public classes. We cannot have multiple public classes. Class level. Instance variables are default values and method level local variables doesn't have default values. Why so? Please explain. Chavan, that is the document says. Okay, because local variable scope is limited to execution of that method, right? The moment method execution is over, memory is deallocated. Where an instance variable has the power till the end, right? Tomorrow, when I discuss more with respect to multiple methods, when I explain again the deallocation of the memory, again I will remind you this, whatever I've just told, Chavan. Okay, whatever I've just told, when I discuss the deallocation of the memory, again I will remind you. Why? Because method will have a limited execution time, right? Once the method execution, 2 lines of code is there. Once the 2 lines is over, memory is gone. It is very clear while listening to your class, but after some days may forget. You'll not forget this. I'll give the key points now. Example like the way I'm giving right now for instance variable, local variable, key points. Like that for every important topic, I'll give the key points. Okay. And this is the start of the journey, guys. I mean, I am starting local and instance. Today is not the class which will end the local instance. From today, we will start using these variables. So it will be default to you. It is similar to global, but there is no concept of global variable, Usama. There is something called a static variable. I will tell you what exactly it is. It is similar to global, but not exactly global, Usama. That's a C++. Delete old Java and C++ in your mind, okay? Similar, not exactly. If you say that to interview global instance are same, you'll be out. Similar, not exactly same. Have you done block yet or maybe missed something? No, Rishita. Blocking, I will discuss Java initialization block, static initialization block during the static discussion on this Friday or next Monday's class. Rishita, the topic will be covered Friday or Monday's class. What will be the answer if the interviewer asks difference between instance and global? Have patience till I complete a static variable, okay? I have already uploaded Kritika in the chat. It will be uploaded in the video also. Okay. Any more things, dear friends? Please let me know. Despite of data types, default value of any instance variable will be have 0. No, false, Samata. Only for integer it is 0. For double it is 0.0. For string it is null. Based on the data type, default value will vary. Okay. Instead of launch 1, 2, can we give the name, it concept naming convention going forward? Yes, definitely. I will give that. This is fundamentals, no Kritika. So only. When the stack memory is deallocated, the instance variable is vanished, but garbage collector will hold the value of instance value. Usama, your understanding is totally wrong. You could not focus today. Tomorrow, when I discuss the concept of methods, I want you to discuss again. Focus again, okay? Na? Right now, delete. You have wrong understanding. Tomorrow, I will tell you again. There is scope tomorrow again from the scratch. I will tell you about the memory allocation. That time you focus. Is that clear? Now, heap and stack maintain a track of what class does each method and variable belong to. No, nothing as such, Saiteja. Let me complete few more examples. You'll get the clarity, okay? I had a question regarding the default type. What is the default value can we assign for a char? For a char, you should know about the escape sequence. For that also, there is a no default value. Going forward, which you'll understand. No problem, Usama. Just one example. Can you do one favor, Usama? Can you forget what Java you already know, what C++ you already know? Can you forget? You don't know any programming language from today onwards. Only Java you know. Can you acknowledge with me? That too, whatever I have thought. First point. Can you please do me a favor of deleting what you already know partially? Okay. Leave it. Tomorrow again, listen to me from the scratch. You'll understand. Okay. Let me take 5 more examples. You'll understand. I have just told only one example of stack and heap, guys. I will take 5 more examples in tomorrow's class about stack and heap. Is that fine? Fine. Every one of you? Which IDE you will suggest me mostly to be used going forward? Eclipse, Spring Tool Suite, IntelliJ. Either of these you can use. Eclipse, Spring Tool Suite or IntelliJ. Either one is fine, no problem for the entire journey. No problem, Raghavendra. Anyone has anything to discuss, dear friends? Let me know, please. No more questions. Guys, tomorrow's class is the acknowledgement of today's class. So tomorrow's class, I'm going to take 5 more examples on the concept of methods, instance, local variable, heap area, stack area. So tomorrow, if you understand, I am pretty sure you will have zero doubt on class, object, methods, instance variable, local variable, heap area, stack area. You will not have any doubt on that tomorrow if you be part of this, the part 2 of OOPS fundamentals. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for being with me in today's class. We will meet, and apology, last 10 minutes I could not take because there was a power cut. Okay. We will meet again tomorrow exactly at 7 a.m. and continue the discussion. Fine to all? It will be uploaded, of course. It will take 2-3 hours of time, Osama. It is default automated process. Rendering, downloading from the Zoom cloud and all is happening. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being with me in today's class. We'll meet tomorrow exactly 7 a.m. Indian Standard Time and continue part 2 of OOPS fundamentals. Thank you every one of you for being with me in today's class. Thank you all.